Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome here today for all of you joining us live. And for those of you joining us live via Zoom on the live stream here for the 2022 Scholarship and Recognition event. My name is Sean Ferfaro. I'm the host of the Griffins, and I'm pleased to once again be here as a for this evening. I hope everyone's been enjoying themselves so far here at the Summer League Science Complex. Before we begin, I would like to recognize the land. Summer League Science Complex resides in the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We uphold our responsibility to recognize the diverse relationships that past, present, and future First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples have with the land. We encourage you to reflect on how to demonstrate respect for the land, commit to change and reconciliation, and actively work to engage Indigenous youth in our spaces and towards listening and learning from Indigenous voices. Tonight's event is significant to the University of Guelph's athletic department as we are given the opportunity to thank you, our donors, who've had a direct impact on the success of our student athletes and Griffin athletics as a whole. Without the generosity of individuals like yourself, we wouldn't have the opportunity to recruit the extremely talented and academically successful athletes that we have on our Griffin teams today. Our funding program relies on the support from our donors, and every year, this program increases to provide more and more support. This year, 234 deserving student athletes received scholarship support thanks to your generosity. That's right, 234. That deserves a big round of applause. We used to have this event in a very small space, and now we have it in this beautiful complex. If this group gets any more generous, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, we're going to be having this at the Sleeman Center next year. It's great to see so many people here. Thank you once again. But tonight, as I said, is about thanking our donors for their support towards our programs and our athletes, but also to celebrate the successes of those student athletes that receive these awards. We hope that you both find time tonight to connect and embrace this special moment. Our scholarship support comes in so many different forms. It comes from alumni, to past parents, faculty, coaches, staff, companies, and events that we're so fortunate to have incredible partners believing in our student athletes. This past summer, we hosted the annual President's Golf Tournament. This year, it raised over $70,000 for our scholarship recipients, as well as hosting our first ever Griffin networking event, which provided student athletes an opportunity to gain access to summer jobs and careers. As we look forward to the rest of the school year, we're excited to be returning to an in-person She's Got Game Gala on February the 11th. And I invite you all to join us for that incredible night. You can get more information at she'sgotgame.ca. We continue to partner with our donors and our sponsors to provide our student athletes an opportunity to both excel academically and on the field of play, while also being great citizens within this community. We truly appreciate your continued generosity and your support for the University of Guelph Department of Athletics. Before we get to the donors and award recipients, and I'll explain how that will work momentarily, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage our Director of Athletics, Scott Roberts, to say a few words.
Thank you, Sean. As Sean mentioned, it's a privilege to stand up before you here as your Director of Athletics for this wonderful institution. And thank you all very much for being here tonight and joining us. A lot of us are overwhelmed. If you look around, this is quite a supportive community that we have here. And 236 student athletes receiving scholarships tonight. It's just overwhelming looking out from here and seeing all the faces. The last time we hosted this was in 2019, so it's also nice to be back together again after 3 years. And I think it speaks volume to all of you having here and seeing everybody's wonderful faces. But 3 years ago, we held this at Cutton Fields and had 112 people. And just shy of 300 registered for tonight. And it's just incredible the support that this community provides here to everybody and understanding what these young student athletes are trying to persevere here But to our donors first, you built this generously supporting us, but I really appreciate that you chose to invest your money in our student athletes. It's your money that you've earned, it's money that you've worked for, but you choose to donate that to our student athletes. All of you have come together to build this wonderful evening and build this community here. To our student athletes, you help build today by being the best version of yourselves, excelling in the classroom, excelling in your student academics, on the field of play of your sport, but also the generosity and the give back that you see in the community. And I hope you take this in tonight and truly understand the people you have around you to make sure you're successful. Over 40% of our student athletes achieved 80% or better in the last year. 40% achieving 80% or more. That is more than double our stats 5 years ago. And I want to thank our community, but I also want to thank our staff. We really pull together to make sure our student athletes have the best support in so many different areas to make them successful here and the challenges they face in their journey. A number of them here tonight. We do have one of the strongest student athlete academic support programs in the country. It's unique and it also speaks to the success. I love that it's our student athletes that peer mentor the incoming students in their studies as well. My gratitude to all of you, our donors. Each of you make an incredible impact on the lives of our University of Guelph student athletes, and your support is so vital. Many of our student athletes are spending 30 to 35 hours a week in their training, both practice, strength and conditioning, physiotherapy, and traveling to games. And many spend 30 to 35 hours a week, some maybe 40, some maybe 10, a week on their academics. This is close to 60 to 70 hours a week of dedication to their studies and their sports. And then we have those that also carry a part-time job with them. You are helping them achieve their goals and their dreams, especially at a time when things are more costly and more challenging for our student athletes. Your belief in them is just as important as the money that you've committed. When our student athletes receive a scholarship, it's reaffirming to know that someone has their back in our Griffin community, is thinking about them and willing to invest in their future. We have and continue to make significant gains in supporting our women's student athlete scholarships as well. Our She Got Game initiative that was started just over 4 years ago, we now have over 100 women's student athlete scholarships directly benefiting our women's student athletes through our She's Got Game program. And over the past few years, we've had new donors come on board to support awards specifically directed to our BIPOC student athletes. We're excited to see more awards supporting these groups created in the future. Our donors here tonight, Our donors represent all sorts of groups and individuals. Our corporate partners have created awards, individuals and families, and who have given to our scholarships, as well as have attended our many galas, and as Sean mentioned, our President's Golf Tournament that we hold each summer. And I really like this aspect. I know there are children of donors who have passed away who are here staying connected to something that was extremely important to your parents. You're the next generation carrying on your parents' gift. For those individuals, I hope you look across the table tonight and have the pride and the legacy they've left and how the spirit lives on today in the Griffin family because of you. I also want to acknowledge our student athletes in the room. It hasn't been easy the last few years for you on many, many levels. At the same time, you've persevered. We're so proud of you adapted to everything that's gone on and how you just continue to carry on that Griffin tradition. It's not lost on any of us that you're balancing a rigorous academic and athletic schedule in a very challenging world right now in which we live. You do this with discipline and commitment necessary to achieve success, and you do it with humility at the same time. And I hope you find today to meet and thank your donor, make that connection, because possibly one day you'll return the favor as a Griffin alum. And a shout out to this past weekend. We had a lot of success across Ontario, and it was just nice to see the women's swim team finish first at the meet and the men's team in the second. Our undefeated women's basketball program, being head by interim head coach Meg Reed, who came to the university on a She's Got Game scholarship that we tried to invest in more women coaches in our program, and now she's leading the way. We just said goodbye to Mark Walton in his retirement the other weekend, and now has a top 7 in the country. I'm thinking 6 tomorrow when the rankings come out. But it's just nice to see you in the leadership role and the great success we've had early on with your team. Men's volleyball the same. Women's volleyball taking it to 5 sets this past weekend. Women's hockey down in Windsor, battling out 2 tough games. Just great success on the weekend. We're really proud of everything that you're doing. So I thank you all for being here tonight. It's your time, it's your money, and truly it speaks volumes to the support that you've given all of us, your generosity, and most importantly, making a difference in the lives of these students before you. So thank you for making this an incredible night, and thank you really for being part of our Griffin family this evening.
Thanks, Scott. For the first time in 3 years, our Griffin intercollegiate teams have returned to full schedules for the 2023 season. And from September to November, several of our Griffin teams accomplished some incredible feats, highlighted by a pair of 2022 OUA titles that were added to UG's championship history. Our women's cross-country team captured an OUA record 19th conference title. And our Griffin's men's rugby team raised the Turner Trophy on home soil, and no matter what the photos say and how sunny it was, that was one snowy afternoon. I was there announcing that game. It was an amazing game. OUA men's rugby champions on November 13th. Back-to-back conference titles, securing the 5th OUA title in program history for our men's rugby team. An amazing fall so far, and Scott kind of said the exciting things that are happening right now. Can't wait to talk about what happens in our winter semester. Now is the time that we are going to be introducing our scholarship recipients. Now, I'm going to do this a little differently. So I'm going to ask, when I call up the scholarship, that the donor come to the stage to my left, right over here, for a photo with our student just at this backdrop. Chris Moulton will be coming around and tapping you on the shoulder when it is your turn. So we're going to have to get a lot of steps around this room tonight, tapping the right people on the shoulders. And I'm going to call up the individual student names receiving this scholarship. Now, when I call the student's name, what you're going to do is you're going to go down over here. Maybe Sky and Natasha can wave right over there. You're going to go receive your scholarship certificate over there. So you're going to walk over there and then up this ramp, back over here, and meet your donor for a photo opportunity that we'll catch right in this red backdrop. All right, so it's not going to be like a convocation. Convocation, it's a lot of timing, it's really quick. I'm going to announce a name, boom, we're going to get a photo. The names that I announce will not always coincide with the photos that are being taken, but we are going to acknowledge everybody at once. We do have to have everybody come down here, come back up. If I do that for all 234 recipients, we're going to be here till the end, and I don't think anybody wants that. So we're going to come up here, we're going to do our photos right here. For those of you that are joining us online today, if you're not able to be here to meet your student athlete, you are going to be able to connect with them via Zoom if you haven't already. Once you've received your certificate, we'd ask that if your donor is not here, please head on over to the hub over there and talk to Jordan, and you can connect with your donor via Zoom. All right? We may call upon some of our coaches, but I'm going to leave that to Chris to stand in for a photo if the donor is joining us online. For those of you that might have registered late and you don't have your name on our master list right now, we still want to get a photo with you, but if your name is not called, please see Jackie or Sky or Natasha at the end as soon as we conclude the formal portion, and we still are going to, a photo of you right up here. All right? So with that all out of the way, let me get the master list. And we will begin with the President's Golf Tournament Scholarship. Scholarship in Athletics. Our recipients are Jackson Camp, Josh Clark, Elizabeth Reeves, Daniel Harper, Jake Elfridge, Kumail Kilji, Nate McDonald, Connor Miller, Richard Morris, and Anthony Tabak. So what I'm going to do, so nobody feels like he has to interrupt 2 or 4 times. We're just going to, I'll acknowledge when we're done with each recipient. You can hold our applause until the end. If you want to clap each time, by all means, if you've got staying power for 234, power to you. But feel free to hold your applause until the end. That'll conclude the President's Golf Tournament Scholarships. Next up, we have the Dr. Bruce Groves Athletic Scholarship, and the recipient is Nicole Cameron. Next up is the Griffin Club Athletic Scholarships. We have 2. The recipients of the Griffin Club Athletic Scholarships are Liam Alexander and Tristan Keiko. Correction, we have a lot more than 2. We have 8. Liam Alexander and Tristan I mentioned. Also, we have Cole Cameron, I believe is up here, so don't go too far, Cole. You're getting another one in just a moment. Laura Jorgensen, Aiden Lahi, Duncan Penman, Jack Sears, and Leo Shrimpton. The Soteria Vastus Women's Grit Scholarship is presented to Brooke Morton. The fastest football scholarship is presented to Jawan Jeffrey. Next up is the Horton Gabler Family Football Leadership Scholarship, and it is presented to Devin Cromwell. That'll be followed by the Horton Gabler Family Women's Athletic Leadership Scholarship, and that is presented to Kendra Kuzino. Next up is our She's Got Game Gala Scholarships, and we have 14 of these scholarships. They are presented to Alexandra Bertram, Megan Chittick, Gabrielle Cole, Riley Davison, Samantha Ingleton, Katie Kimmins, Ella McKenzie, Sydney Miller, Hannah Norquist, Alexi Olivier, Olivia Krizakos, and Tori Verbeek, your She's Got Game Gala Scholarship recipients. Next up is the Makia Family Memorial Athletics Scholarship. This is presented to Logan Stimson. That'll be followed by the Makia Community Athletics Scholarship, which is presented to Tyra Cole. Next up are RBC Academic, Athletics, and Community Scholarships. We have 5 recipients of the RBC Academic, Athletics, and Community Scholarships. They are Renee Armstrong, Kat Foster, Jasmine Burke, Sammy Falkenstein, and Chloe Edinburgh. Next up is the Ethel Mason Men's Soccer Scholarship, and this is presented to Ryan Coe. That's followed by the Colin M. Henry Athletics Scholarship, which is presented to Owen McKee. The Riverside Millward Group Men's Soccer Scholarship is presented to Harvey Marchand. The Billy Taylor Memorial Scholarship is presented to Jack Fensom. The Guelph Soccer Community Scholarships, there are 2 of these. They are presented to Tessa Ladani and Harvey Marshall.
So we're waiting. I mean, we need to wait for the official because AC gets together. A year old, so they won't be eligible. So, the second well, yeah, because they were at juniors this year, but as soon as we go to 2023, they won't be juniors anymore.
The Women's Soccer Alumni Scholarship is presented to Sydney Vanderhook. The Cleary Leadership Scholarship is presented to Laura Morelli. The Garney Henley Men's Basketball Scholarships, 3 in total, are presented to Andrew Ackerman, Ismail Hassan, and Jalen Mason. And the Tom Mooney Men's Basketball Scholarships, 2 in total, are presented to Lucas Sino and Ismail Hassan. The Health and Performance Center She's Got Game Scholarship is presented to Marielle Kluskins. choir. The Ernest Kendall and Grace Joe Kendall Varsity Basketball Team Scholarship is presented to Natalie Vinny. The Walter and Margaret Burton Women's Basketball Scholarships are presented to Ray Judge and Natalie Vinny. The Jarrell Family Scholarship, 2 of these in total, presented to Sydney Evans and Abby Gordon. The Lane Family Field Hockey Scholarships, we have 4 of these scholarships in total. They are awarded to Harper Griffin, Darcy Moore, Aidan Addison, and Ellie Peters.
Okay.
The Michelle Turley Field Hockey Scholarship is presented to Delaney Jacqueline. The W.F. Mitchell Athletic Scholarship is presented to Braylon Dennis. The 1996 Yates Cup Football Scholarship is presented to Sam Lapp. The 2015 Yates Cup Champions Scholarship is presented to Spencer Kennedy. The Brian Clough Excellence Scholarship is presented to Nicholas Marchenko. We have 6 recipients of the Friends of Griffin Football Scholarship, and they are Servan Harrison Bagayogo, Yashawn Janusis, Miles Lafoucade, Spencer Masterson, Eric Strands, and Curtis Woodman. The Robert Schendinger. Up next is the Steckel Family Football Scholarship, and this is presented to Braden McDougall. Your 1961 to 1964 Redmond Football Scholarships. We have two recipients. They are Curtis Ball and Cameron Michaud. The William P. Weber Football Scholarship is presented to Curtis Ball.
Just for the party.
The Bob and Joyce Brooks Football Scholarships. We have two in total. These are presented to Kwame Osi and Spencer Kennedy.
I need
The Brad Smith Scholarship is presented to Clark Barnes.
It's pretty good.
The Bruce Ravensdale Football Scholarship is presented to Jacob Shirk. The Don Taylor Scholarship, we have three of these scholarships. They are presented to Thomas Cobb, Connor Miller, and Ethan Pye. The Football Endowment Fund Scholarship, two recipients, and they are Max Barber and Matthew Femerua. Peter Johnson Appreciation Scholarship. This is presented to Zachary Howell. The Peter Partridge Jr. Family Scholarship is presented to Devin Cromwell. The Redmond Football Scholarship is awarded to Ryan Ogilvie. The Rick Kohler 1984 Van A Cup Scholarship presented to Yusuf Al-Khaldi. Thompson Brown Football Scholarship is presented to Isaiah Smith. The Tom Cooney Football Scholarship is presented to Isaiah Seamus Milligan.
Oh, okay. So you might have. Oh, okay.
The Tricar Group Scholarship is presented to Scott Murray. Moving on to the David Fell Golf Scholarship. This is awarded to Faith Hertner. We have 3 Al Singleton Hockey Scholarships. And they go to Jackson Camp, Nate McDonald, and Cameron Searles. The Cole Hamlin Memorial Hockey Scholarship is presented to Ted McGee. The Hockey Day in Griffinville Scholarship is presented to Zach Roberts. The Landoni Athletic Scholarship is presented to Luke Bingham. The Lloyd Dorr Memorial Hockey Scholarship goes to Duncan Henry. The Griffins on Bay Street Scholarship is presented to Cameron Searles. The Helen Knowles Women's Hockey Scholarships. We have 4 of these scholarships in total. They are awarded to Brielle Caruso, Tegan McRae, Avery Peer, and Chihiro Suzuki. The Judy McCaw 1968 Women's Hockey Championship Team Scholarship is presented to Tiana Paccio. The Charles D. Bird Women's Hockey Scholarship is presented to Hannah Tate. The Kelly Family Athletic Scholarship is presented to Alec Davidson. The Cheryl and David Kerr Women's Varsity Ice Hockey Scholarship. We have 2 of these. They are presented to Maya Graham and Kate Raymond. While we have a lineup, I'll let everybody know the last week of Griffin action before we head into exams in December. Get out and support your Griffin teams this week. There's a lot going on. Scott talked about our undefeated women's basketball team. Wednesday night, McMaster on Wednesday night. The women tip off at 6, the men tip off at 8. On Thursday, there is a women's hockey game. The Western Mustangs are here. On Friday, men's hockey. The Broad Badgers are here at 7:30. And on Saturday, women's hockey against Winnipeg. So you got 4 straight days of great Griffin action before you head into the exam break. Get out and support your Griffins, all right? Up next, the Joe Migliaccio Desjardins Insurance Scholarship is presented to Bree Martin. The Dr. James Jim Atkinson Scholarships are presented to Natalie Armitage and Jeff Lewis. The Johnston Hector Rugby Scholarship is presented to Taylor McKnight. And the Mark Yonko Women's Rugby Scholarship is presented to Taylor McKnight. The Alan Fairweather Griffin Swimming Scholarships, 3 in total, are awarded to Liam Alexander, Quinn Nolan, and Nicholas Pereira. The Ernest Kendall and Grayson Jowett Kendall Varsity Swim Team Scholarships, 2 of them awarded to Abigail McDonald and Darcy Stewart. The Danby Appliances Women's Track and Field Scholarship presented to Michelle Gray and Sadie Jane Hickson. The Kelly Bertrand Cross Country Scholarship was awarded to Alan Cornell. The Maloney Family Track and Field Scholarship, 2 of them in total, presented to Gaetano Pucci and Aiden Enger. The Street Scholarship is presented to Mia Rodney. The Track and Field Dynasty Scholarship is presented to Matthew McNeil. Our guys are almost halfway there. I'm joking, we're rolling. The RWDI Scholarship for Engineering Student Athletes is presented to Cameron Cormont. Griffin Track and Field Scholarship is presented to Dylan Ferry. The Hutchinson Family Track and Field Scholarship is presented to Zoe Sherrod. The Ireland Family Scholarships for Track and Field Excellence. We have 6 of these Ireland scholarships. They are presented to Gabrielle Cole, Daniel Harper, Jonathan Jacob, Adam Schmidt, Gavin Wheeler, and Lena Wingford. The Jerry Uma Track and Field Scholarship is presented to Nina Lindbergh. The Roy and Wilma Cullen Track and Field Scholarship is presented to Benjamin Brewer. The Track and Field Scholarship is presented to Haley Reed. The Ewing Family Athletics Scholarship is presented to Will Cowley. The McRoberts Family Athletics Scholarship is presented to Alexa Shields. The Joy Pearson Women's Volleyball Athletic Scholarships are presented to Brian Gerard and Sophie Fernback. The Tanya Court Scholarship for Women is presented to Maya Dan. The Larry Pearson Men's Volleyball Athletic Scholarships are presented to Joshua Glassbergen and Liam Rochelle. The Peter Johnston 76 Wrestling Scholarship is presented to Jaden Sparks. The Ewing Family Wrestling Scholarship is presented to Logan Stimson. The Cintas Athletics Scholarships are presented to Logan Chu and Ethan Doyle.
Let's get there.
Next up, we have the Domino's Pizza Guelph Women's Athletics Scholarships. We have 5 free scholarships, and they are awarded to Taylor McKnight, Sarah McNames, Rebecca Redlich, Olivia Rizakos, and Callan Young. The Embry Family Scholarships are presented to Keenan Dow and Victor Nasias. Next up, John Embry Family Scholarships. We have 4 free scholarships, and they are awarded to Lucas Sino, Nathan Mugiani, Abe Loughy, and Rashid Weeks.
she goes to the front. Well, that's the way it always works, isn't it?
I'm going to pause for a moment because our next scholarship category, I'm about to invite 22 student athletes up at once, so I'm going to let this live by just a little bit. All right, the Griffin Athletic Scholarships, 22 in total. And I hope for Sky and Natasha's sake they all come up in this order. Fingers crossed. The Griffin Athletic Scholarship recipients are Tyra Lowe, Hannah Borden, Tristan Keiko, Cole Cameron, Julia Polavecchia, Kendra Kuzino, Margaret Fitzpatrick, Colin Gander, Jonathan Jacob, Laura Jorgensen, Kathleen Hemans, Aiden Loughney, Harvey Marchand, Taylor McKnight, Duncan Penman, Jack Penson, Ray Judge, Jack Sears, Leo Shrimpton, Alana Smircevich, Tori Marie, Gavin Wheeler. All right, I will announce the next category when we finalize this total. Women's scholarships, 10 in total. And they are awarded to Hannah Borden, Abby Davies, Samantha Fish, Megan Fitzpatrick, Christina Gomes, Catherine Kerr, Jessica Coolius, Leah Stewart, Maine Sutherland Case, and Nina Whitford.
Yeah.
Griffin Wilson. The David Pallet Memorial Men's Hockey Scholarship is presented to Michael Little. The Planet B Griffin Glenn Women's Athletic Scholarship is presented to Lindsay Stewart. The Paddleford Family Scholarship is presented to Nicole McKenzie. The Douglas Women's Basketball Scholarship is presented to Alexis Wright. The Professor Victor Matthews Track and Field Scholarship is presented to Jack Plato. The Dick Brown Football Scholarships, 4 in total, are presented to Alex Gordon, Ettore Casati, Daniel Hosevar, and Ben Lancaster. And that is our final group of scholarship recipients. Give a round of applause.